Take these professions on your characters as they level through the War Within. You will also get XP from mining and gathering the nodes, as well as making some gold on the side while you're progressing through the War Within. It's important that we pick the right specialization trees as well, and we're going to go over all of that in the video here today. First of all, we're talking about herbalism and mining. It's going to be an awesome option for you to be able to make some cash while you're moving through the War Within content, but also gather a little bit extra experience as well as some important ingredients for the profession you choose next, or passing off to your other warband characters. First things first, let's talk about the best racials available for gathering characters. There's going to be a few of them, but two of them rise to the top. First, we're talking about Drakthir. I hate it as much as you do. If you can put up with a skimpy looking lizard trompsing its way around the War Within, then go ahead and pick up a Drakthir. They do get 2% extra perception. I just cannot stand. Earthen are going to have extra finesse. Finesse is going to be the quantity of items as opposed to the rarity that Drakthir have. So this means you're going to find more stuff when you go through those nodes. This really is a small difference when it comes to gathering viability. This isn't going to make or break it for you. Just like in Dragonflight, there's going to be treasures for each of these professions where you can go around and gather these. These are going to give you some knowledge points up front. These are easy to find. I'm going to link all of the locations, all of the waypoints, all of the coordinates in the description if you want to go ahead and go around and grab those. I'm going to link them both for herbalism and also for mining. When it comes to mining, I'm going to outline 3 different strategies that you can take on your specialization trees. First of all, if you wanted to focus on mining on your mount as fast as possible, you're going to go into the mining fundamentals tree. First, go ahead and learn the specialization, and you're going to go 60 points deep on the original node. Benefit here is that not only are you going to be restoring vigor every time you mine a node, you're also going to be able to do that all mounted as well, which is just going to make you speed through Khazal Gore, mining as many things as you can. Solid strategy, but if you wanted to focus on specifically finding higher quality stuff and be able to refine into higher quality stuff, which Blizzard did mention that that's going to be pretty beneficial in this expansion, you do want to go into Plethora of Ore. Plethora of Ore, you're going to learn the specialization, and then once you get to 10 points in, you're going to have the ability to learn your first sub-specialization. Each one of these is dedicated to the different ore types you're going to see. There's not really one that's better than the others because we're just going to be unlocking the base level node first and unlocking the base level node for each of these. Go ahead and increase up to the next level. And now we're at the point where we can choose another subspecialization. Along the way, we are getting increased perception, deafness, and also finesse to our abilities with all different nodes and not just specific ones. That's why we don't go into these until a moment later. Go ahead and learn Acherite or whichever other one you want to do. Again, the order on these doesn't matter. And then finally spec into the last one where we're going to be able to pick up our last specialization or subspecialization. And now we have all 3 unlocked. At this point, we only have 2 things waiting for us on here. We're going to have 45 perception and also 15 skill when mining these deposits. These are really good nodes, but we want to get to the point where we can start refining these and turning these base level, lower quality stuff into higher quality stuff. And to do that, we're going to go into up to the level 20 mark of our nodes. So if we put 20 in, this is going to push us to the silver quality on bismuth, for example. So we can take that bismuth bronze quality and then move it up to the silver quality, but not quite the gold. If we do want to move it up to gold, we're going to have to go all the way 40 points into the tree. So if we wanted to get to the point where we're refining it to the highest quality, then we want to go to level 40. That's going to have us focusing specifically on bismuth. Now, while we're at bismuth and talking about bismuth, 5 points more, we can actually find null stones, which are going to be really important for blacksmiths. They're going to use it for a lot of their recipes. So I do suggest just grabbing the last points here. Now, this is going to allow us to corner the market specifically on upgraded bismuth all the way to the highest quality. At this point, I do suggest jumping down to Acherite or Ironclaw and doing the same thing here. And focus on just getting quality 3 in all of the different types. And this would be a great setup if you're just focusing on increasing the quality of the ore that you find and pushing it to that higher level. Now, if you wanted to focus on the elemental stuff, the other side reagents that you're going to be finding while mining, this Mastering the Mysteries tree is going to be exactly what you want. You're going to go and spec into this, and it's going to give you a new spell called Overload Empowered Deposit. This is something that's going to make it so that you get more of those side reagents while mining. For example, when you're doing crystallize, you're going to find crystalline powder. Weeping, you're going to find writhing samples. But instead of focusing on the individual nodes and empowering our ability with those specific nodes, we're going to focus on the original node itself. Increasing this all the way up to the max of 45 is going to make it so that we get an additional charge of overload deposit. And more overloads means we're going to get more of those side reagents that we were just talking about. Now, having 2 charges of it and also 30% CDR across the entire tree, 30% CDR on this spell is going to make it so we're going to be overloading very frequently. And when it comes to grabbing your sub-specializations along the way, you can grab them in any order, but I would suggest just grabbing this one first. Crystallize is going to make it so you can portal back after you get that random portal after farming a crystallized ore node. And also webbed is going to make it so that you're not slowed down as much when it comes to mining the webbed ores. From this base point, you're going to want to focus on whichever reagent or side reagent that you're wanting to farm a lot of. For example, if you need more of the crystallized powder, I would spec all the way into crystallized. Or if you're going to need more of the writhing samples, you can spec all the way into weeping. The 3 pathways that are available to Herbalism is going to be very similar to mining. First, if you want to go straight for mining on your mount, gathering on your mount, you're going to go 40 points in the original node in botany. That's going to give you that ability. Again, that's the quantity over quality. If you're going for the quality aspect, spec into bountiful harvests first. And we're going to go ahead and fill out the original node to max first, because that's going to benefit us across all the different herbs. And then these are each dedicated to a specific herb itself. I do suggest that you can pick any of these, but once you do select one, make sure you go all the way to 40. There's a huge payout with the fact that you're able to start finding null lotus only once you get to 40 points in there. So if you're spreading it across all these different herbs, you're never going to get any null lotus, which is just going to be a good payout for that. That's going to be your lottery That's going to be your lottery hit. That's going to make you some money on the auction house. So you want to get to 40 on one of these specifically. If one synergizes with another profession that you're running, go ahead and grab that one. Overloading the underground is the exact same as it works over in mining. You just get the cooldown reduction, cooldown refunded to you once you mine the nodes. That's all. I'm not as impressed with this one as I am Bountiful Harvest. I think Bountiful Harvest is the best way to go. Are you looking for more professions for your alt army in the War Within? Go ahead and take a look at my guides in the description. I have a couple profession guides down there, including an alchemy and tailoring one that take advantage of daily cooldowns and cornering the market based on those items. Take a look in the description for that. And if the video helped you out today, please check that like button. If you want to stay tuned for more WoW content in the future, please bash the subscribe. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.